Hello everyone and welcome to another video with me, Umber Rays, talking some more about Wotv stuff as we have a kind of a surprise update. Well, no, I guess it's not really that surprise, but the content of the update is a little bit surprising. Also, for some people who have been noticing a clicking sound in the video, I recently changed wireless mice. I've gone with a USB one now because I was having problems with wireless ones, so yeah. It's a little bit louder, and I do apologize for that. I've tried up in the noise gate, but I think that this is just a really strong clicky mouse, so I'm going to try not to click so much from now on. Alright, so with that being said, let's start, shall we? Alright, so taking a look at what is being announced for the JP side, the beginning of March is going to start with another unit coming to the JP side. However, this time it is a unit that was originally introduced on the global side. That is right, Dewine, he is going to be coming to the JP side, and it should be noted that there is some differences between the JP side and the global side. First of all, something to note, this is probably the biggest thing, is that he is not a limited time unit, which is interesting because on the global side he is a limited time unit, so I'm curious whether that's going to change. It also should be noted that for global players who are going to say, well, this isn't fair, yeah, and take a look at who's making this game. But besides that, something important to note is that you guys get a lot of vision cards that are not limited time things. So I'm wondering if this is the being fair to the JP players. Not really sure on the score on that one. But anyway, he will be coming to the JP side. He will be starting at, basically he looks to be the March unit banner. I don't think that there's going to be any other banners at this point, and it's probably safe to say that this the second banner in March will probably be his vision card. It'll be interesting to see if they adapt that vision card to be more in line with what JP standards currently are, or whether the effect will be different. But this is obviously a pretty big thing, and before anyone asks, no, this is the only thing being added to the JP side in terms of units. And it should also be noted for anyone who's keeping track at home, this is the third double cost EX unit that has been added in recent months. Not to include even Gilgamesh. We've had UR Mont in January, we've had UR Helena in February, and we are now getting UR Dewine in, UR Plus, I should say, for all of them. But double cost for each of these three units. And for anyone who's curious, the JP side players are not super happy about this. They're not, and it's not that they don't like that, double cost units are being added to the game. It's just that the overall feeling of a lot of JP players is that the free resources have gone down or stayed the same, whereas the general cost of the game has gone up. And this is 3 double cost units in a row for the JP side after a string of limited units with really one character in the last 4 months at this point. I'm pretty sure we're up to 4 months now, or getting there to 4 months, where we will just have either limited or double cost characters. So it's pretty brutal on the JP side, to say the least. And Globalers, you'll soon enough get a taste of what EX 120 is like in terms of building, where instead of 600 shards, you now need 1,000. And yeah, I mean, it's a costly endeavor. So Kampai, good luck for all of that. But anyway, taking a look at the unit, I don't think I've really talked about him previously. This is a unit that I think is extremely, potentially pretty dangerous on the JP side, because he is a very powerful tank. And this is ridiculous at this point, the imbalance between elements, where Earth element just doesn't have enough firepower. Taking a look at, the ice element, where a ton of units are limited. Fire, where it's kind of bounced back a little bit, but it still feels a little bit short. But Dark has now 3 UR double cost 120 units? It's not even fair to say that this will probably be pretty PvP dominating for a long time now, and it's going to be a problem that I'm sure we're probably going to be sold a solution to relatively shortly with some unit that has super mega darkness killer, because that's the way it's been going on the JP side recently, where it's like, all right, we made a strong unit who's resistance stuff. Well, let's make a resistance counter, or resistance ignore unit. Well, now let's make a unit that's even stronger with more resistance and resistance removing resistance. It's starting to become a little bit like it reads like a joke, where it's like, well, we have magic penetration to get by magic resistance, but soon we're going to need magic penetration, magic resistance penetration, where it's like it's just stacking levels of resistance, and it's just a little bit too much. It's a bit too much in my opinion. But coming in on the JP side, looks like he'll have, you know, the standard quests, but for me personally, this is an easy pass, just because I'm more than worn down of the overcosted units at this point. So even if he is good, he's in the pool permanently. I'm not trying for him, because I do want to say this is not just being negative or anything like that. It is definitely fatigue, but the next live stream is supposed to be in mid-March, and it could be the announcement of another collaboration. It could be Final Fantasy IV, could be Final Fantasy Tactics Part 3, could be something else. There seems to be some rumors swirling that Final Fantasy VII is going to be for the half-year anniversary. So hard to say at this point, but I do think that something big has to be coming, because content lately has felt really scaled back on the JP side, so I'm assuming they've been working on something new that's probably a little bit bigger, also to get some more attention, because they probably could use another advertising campaign, because the JP side players are not happy and they probably need an injection of new players. So that's just my theory. But with another live stream after we just got a live stream where we basically got, you know, a Valentine's Day unit and a Final Fantasy I collaboration, I am assuming that there must be something else for them to host yet another live stream, because they don't usually host live streams if they don't have anything to announce. And the quality of life stuff that's on the horizon right now is just not that exciting. All right. Book schedule, nothing to say there. New guild map, guild map. This one favors, I want to say, slashing, which makes sense since, you know, there's a new dark unit coming to the game. Now, this is the interesting piece, and also I just want to go out of my way of saying this makes me sad, because you guys know how much I'm always happy to see a side story, except for the most recent side story, the Ildira one on the JP side. That one was pretty mediocre in terms of like content. It was just a lot of reused maps, and the story wasn't really that interesting in my opinion. But that is just my opinion. But I am happy to see a new one with a ton of new units. Like, we got 3 new units on the poster. And to that extent, I'm just, why aren't these the banner units? I would be so much more excited to see these units as the banner units, or at least a couple of them. We got some kind of, you know, guy with a hat. He looks pretty cool. We got this new girl who actually looks a insane amount. And if you don't believe me, you can Google her to check her out from Dragalia Lost. She looks like Alex from Dragalia Lost, but with longer hair, I think. So yeah, kind of wish that her banner was here, but I guess we'll see in the side story some things about these units. Plus, we have another dude in the background. Shame. I would have been much more interesting seeing a slew of brand new units that we've never seen before and finding out what they are. But oh well, c'est la vie. We'll just hope that this is going to be the banner in mid-March with whatever limited time stuff that they're probably coming out with. Going to happen. Mid-March is White Day, though. Should be noted that it is going to be White Day, which is the male version of Valentine's Day here in Japan. So could be announcing a male Valentine's Day unit. All right. Last thing that I think is really good about Dewine coming to the game is that, like the previous month, there is going to be this 1-a-day dungeon farm, and it's actually a really, really nice thing. I didn't talk about it back when Helena came out because I was just busy doing other things. But basically every day you can go into these farming stages, and it gives you a good extra amount of, green mats, blue mats, yellow mats, purple mats, pink mats even, and EX mats. So this is really nice. I'm really happy to see this again. I'm hoping that they don't make any adjustments to how it was the last month, because it just seemed to be a good way to get more resources for awakening units. Excuse me. But anyway, yeah, taking a look, this is what has been announced to this point. There could be a little bit more announced in the next couple of days. I don't think it'll be too much. Usually it's shops, banners, login related stuff, and that's about it. Taking a look at Dewine, like I definitely can see why this unit will be incredibly powerful on JP side, because if you take a look at just what you have to work with in terms of the dark element on the JP side, I mean, you could work with Minera. I mean, you could potentially build a more resistant team with someone like Whisper. You could go, well, just full 100 cost team where you have, this guy who will undoubtedly be getting his EX probably in the fairly near future. Helena here, that would just be a really, really powerful team, because they could all synergize off of cards such as Diablos, such cards as the Dark Helena Speed card. I even want to say the Omega card would be a really darn amazing card to get your hands on in terms of this dark. Like, the Dark Element team basically creates itself at this point, and I think it will be a strong and definitely a problem in PvP. So, tell you what, I'm just going to skip this one and wait for the solution to show up for it. Anyway, so that's all for this video. I am going to be doing a video about the selection quest and its difficulty in the near future. So if you're interested in that, please check it out. And thanks for watching. Take care. See you next time.